Alright, everybody, so I just got home, or I've been home for a little bit, but I've been wanting to relax, um, so I've seen a lot of comments on my last video, and some of you seem to think that Gregory is telling the truth, um, but he's not. He's lying through his fucking teeth, and some of the shit that he says is absolutely fucking bogus. Lying constantly. Like, you can see it in his face, he's fucking lying. So we got two videos to watch. I have a lot to get through. He posted a crap ton of videos, up to 20 videos in one day. Like, that's crazy. Like, no channel has ever, I, I don't think any channel has ever posted 20 videos in one day. So, everybody, take a smooth relaxation, and let's dissect these two videos. Also, before I get into them, I am going to be I'm going to be going after him a lot. And a lot of stuff that he says, from what I've seen all over Twitter, is absolutely crazy. So let's go. This first one is called "Okay," and the next one is going to be called "So." Let's get into his shitty titles again, and here we go. He looks like fucking shit already. And yes, I'm commenting about his looks because that's all he does to everybody else. So fuck you.
Okay, hi. Different camera, because over there I got my iPhone updating. But
Weird flex.
let's talk about Shiloh. So
You shouldn't have any room to talk about Shiloh from what you've done to her.
in the previous video I talked about Shiloh being diagnosed, or Shiloh having something, and then I went kind of like the pathological lies that we had to basically endure as a couple. One of the pathological lies was her faking an accident the moment we met, basically. She said she was going with this other artist, Canadian artist, to, I don't remember what event, but she said that they got in a car accident on their way back, and I was like, oh my god, are you okay? And I put it in my song, Her Lies. And there's a song, a whole music video that I dedicated to just how many times she lied to me. If you look up Onision, Her Lies, you might find that music video. But I go through like all the things. I don't even remember some of the things she lied to me about, but in that video I cover it because like right after we separated for the last.
Dude, you are scratching your face. You're scratching your neck and shifting around. You are lying out your ass. I mean, are you trying to think of stupid shit to say on the spot to try and make Shiloh look like a bad guy? Wow, dude, you're way to fucking go already.
Time. I made it because she had cheated on me and gotten pregnant with someone else's baby.
No. Fuck you, dude. You had already broken up with her at the time, so no.
Her lies. And the way I found out about that was through Facebook. So that sucked. And so
you had already broken up with her. It's not your problem.
So many ways. Her story was that she was going back to Canada because she had free medical care there, and she had a dead. There was.
He's rolling his eyes up to think towards his left side, towards his right side, or left side. I can't tell through the video camera, but he's goddamn stupid.
6-week-old miscarriage.
Because it was your fault.
Allegedly going on inside of her body. I say allegedly because I didn't know what to believe in that relationship. I had no idea who I was dealing with, because when you find out somebody has been collecting money from you while pretending to date you, while also dating someone else and getting pregnant with their baby, you're like, what even was real?
Shut up, you lying fucking psychopath.
About that relationship was a real thing. And people, they have short memories, so they don't remember how Shiloh was. Back in the day, I was begged by my audience to leave her.
Bullshit.
And I did leave her. I left her, like, I think it was 7 out of the 8 times we broke up.
Right.
was me saying I can't be with you anymore because there was so much instability. So, as I said in the last
You ruined her life, dude. Shaving her head and then filming her having a grand mal seizure. What a dick.
video, I had to call the police on her twice. And there was this one incident where she said
Because you're a fucking pussy.
that she was going to go off and end her own life. And I was like, I think this is like after I broke up with her for like one of the times, and she used that as a way to shame me for dumping.
Oh, quit. Don't even say the word dump. You're a big dump.
Her and try to manipulate me into dating her again. And so she walks off with her suitcase. I let her leave. I don't see how I could stop her anyway. And I put myself on camera crying. And I think deep down I was doing that
because you have nothing else to offer anybody other than fake sympathy.
So people would know what I was doing when she was off doing that. I think I was so overwhelmed.
You love the camera so much that you'll film anything, even your daughter falling out of a window, asshole.
Emotionally, and so like repeatedly going through these things that I couldn't do anything but stand there, and I was frozen. I was just like, I don't know what to do right now. I can't just chill, so turn on the camera and here's me crying, guys, and it's out there. There's a clip of me just crying on camera as she goes off and says she's going to do what she did or tried to do, allegedly. I mean, I want you guys to imagine being in a relationship with a guy, and the guy says, I'm going to end my own life if you don't take me back, or whatever.
You know, there are people who do that all the time. But Shiloh, we're not even going to get into that, dude. You hurt Shiloh to the point it's not even funny. So stop it. Just stop.
You're sitting here going, what do I do? You don't know what to do. Because the scary thing, you don't want them to end their life, but you also don't want to, like, you don't want to be involved with them. You don't want to have anything to do with their life at that point. Like, you just want them to leave you alone.
Because you're a fucking asshole.
So yeah, Shiloh walked off with a suitcase, and she came back with, like, a little branch, like a little twig on her shoulder, and she was looking all like kind of detached. Like she did this thing where she'd get in a mood and she'd just be off somewhere else. So she came back with that branch, and she said that she tried to hang herself, but the branch snapped, is what she said. And I was just like, okay, well, I'm glad you're alive. And, you know, of course there's no rope mark or anything like that, because I guess she didn't have makeup for that. But in the incident where she lied about getting a car accident, she actually did apply makeup to her forehead, right? Right, like her hairline could cover it up a little bit, but... So I turned off the heater just now, but it was making noise. I asked her about that car accident, and she said, you know, like, oh my god, this hurts so bad, and whatever. I was like, want to see a medical professional? She's like, I don't remember what she said in response to that. But,
you know, a lot of this is him basically saying, I don't remember, but then he's going to go off and say bullshit.
Like a couple days later, I asked her about it, how it was doing, and it was completely healed. This huge gash on her forehead was healed. And I was sitting there going, wow, they healed so fast. Wow, look at that, amazing. And I didn't think, did she lie to you? Because I wanted to believe that this person was... I just wasn't used to being lied to. Like Sky, for instance. Sky, I don't recall, lied to me much other than, you know, her saying that she loved me, because I really doubt...
Don't fucking go there. Don't fucking go there. If you love somebody in a relationship, that's what happens. When you break up with somebody and they don't love you anymore, that just happens. It's not them lying to you, you fucking piece of shit. That's them just not caring about you at all anymore. So, get bent.
She ever loved me. When you get into a relationship, like when you cry because someone wants a prenuptial agreement, to me that says that you're interested in their assets, because that's all that involves. A prenuptial agreement is like, hey, I want this to be about love, not about the stuff that we have. And when you cry as a result, it sounds like you're crying about the stuff. You're crying about not getting stuff out of the marriage. But some people could perceive it as they're crying because you doubt the relationship, which wasn't what I was doing, but I could see where you're coming from there. It's just I was disturbed by the crying because I only saw it as a asset issue, not a relationship issue.
dumbass. I swear to God, you're the biggest fucking asshole in the world.
But obviously I was right.
You're as bad as J Station, dude. Come on.
Because in the end, she tried to take me for $250,000, and that sucked because I wasn't that well off.
Bullshit.
I was making like 12 grand the last month. I made like 12 grand, but the problem is that YouTube's inconsistent. So you can make a lot one month and almost nothing the next month or whatever, depending on your views. So that's why I didn't want to like shell out a ton of cash, because you could be in serious trouble with someone mandating that you pay them every month when you have an inconsistent income.
And you still have to pay it. That's called alimony. You still have to pay it.
I mean, like, yeah, I might be able to pay you 6 grand this month, but next month I might not be able to pay you anything because I won't even make 6 grand. So that was the frustration and the convenience of alimony for her. And I paid off 6 years of alimony. I paid her 6 years. We had a 5-year marriage, and I paid her 6 years of alimony.
So you think you shouldn't have to pay her at all? Because, oh, we had a 5-year relationship. I should only have to pay her 5 years of our life together. I shouldn't have to pay anymore. I'm going to kill myself and do this, blah, 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 blah. You fucking used suicide as a way to get out of alimony. Dick. You have no right to talk about Shiloh and her issues. You have more issues than she ever will.
So this full-grown adult could get financial assistance.
Alimony's not financial assistance.
From me. And once that was over, she decided, I guess, to publicly lash out at me. It's just...
No, you ran her off the internet, dick.
Anyway, so as far as Shiloh goes, she decided to reach out to my spouse a couple times, and my spouse didn't appreciate that. She said that there's an Adele song. She said that the Adele song was
Shut the fuck up.
Basically her and my relationship. Like, if we ever split up, she would show up on my doorstep, even if I was moved on with another person, because that's how much she loved me. When I broke up with her, or when we were having discussions about a relationship, she would say things like, no one will ever love you as much as I do. Some of you may have seen a video circulate where I am in the background trolling the internet. In the video, I didn't even remember this video, so when it popped up I was totally shook. But we did a prank where I put a GoPro on my head and I walked into the shower, and she was like, what are you doing? Ah! And I was like, what? I'm doing a YouTube video. And she's like, are you crazy? And that was a prank. I don't think...
That's being a dick. That's not a prank, ass.
She said that wasn't a prank or anything, but that was a prank. And then
that's not a prank.
There was another one where we pretended to go through a drive-thru, and that was a prank too. It wasn't real. There was no one on the other side of the call. And then on her channel, we were trying to stir up drama, so we did this thing where I said some mean stuff to her. I don't remember what specifically was said. You're welcome.
Basically, the mean stuff is, no one will ever know how much I abuse you. That doesn't sound like me. That doesn't sound like trolling or stirring up drama. That does sound like something you would do. Narcissistic fucking dick.
Welcome to look up the video, but it sounds serious. And at the time, the video got a lot of likes and almost no dislikes because people back then understood the joke. But now people don't understand the joke, and now they want to use it as some sign that there was something crazy going on.
Yeah,
when the only reason I was ever broken up with by her was because I looked at HENTAI, and she was a very jealous person. So even cartoons were a threat to her, and she didn't like that. So as a result, I got "Remember Love" tattooed on my wrists. You got
No. You were supposed to get her name tattooed on you. You were supposed to do that, but you didn't. So you're already lying here. Man, the lie counter is going off in my head. It's got at least 50 right now.
You guys might think of another story where someone asked someone else to get a tattoo to get back with them. Apparently that was rooted in my subconscious because I did that myself. I got a tattoo so someone would take me back once, and that was in Canada, Toronto. And I don't regret it because it's remember love, you know. It's like, you know, be a good person. Remember that.
Whatever. You're never a good person.
You love people. Remember that you care about people, etc. Anyway, so with Shiloh, I was giving her money in Canada when she miscarried, or I don't even know what happened there. It was a confusing situation, and it didn't make a whole lot of sense, because she told me, and you guys probably, some of you remember this, she said she had sepsis. She told me she had sepsis.
Do you not understand what sepsis is? Apparently you don't.
The problem with sepsis is if you have it, you typically die.
No, you don't. It can cause death. It doesn't, you don't die automatically when you have it. God, you're a fucking...
And so it's kind of like, did you have sepsis? I still have no idea what happened there. But I believed so many things, even in my song. I believed her lies, threatened suicide, and she did all these things.
So you're one to talk. So it's wrong when other people do it to you, but you can do it to other people, so you can get out of paying alimony. Okay, I see you.
Believed her, and I made this video saying that she was going back to Canada because she has sepsis, and people started calling it out, and they're like, dude, sepsis is this. And I'm like, what? Like, this makes no sense. I know nothing medically. I was just going off what she said. Anyway, so she goes back.
You go off but what other people say and tell you to do, and you don't do any research yourself, and little research you do find, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
And she needs rent money, so she's claiming $2,000 or $3,000 a month. She's saying that she needs that from me until her passport comes. I talked to her uncle, and her uncle says that she's full of it. He strongly implied that to me on the phone because he was saying that she didn't lose her passport. And I was like, well, she told me that she lost her passport. And he's like, okay, if you want to believe that, then believe it. I actually made a whole sketch about that you can look up at the time of...
So you just go ahead and make sketches and skits of whatever someone does something or says something to you? That's not even the coolest. That's not good for you to do. Do you do anything like a human being? Do you take care of anybody like a human being? You don't. This guy is lying through his fucking teeth.
Her lying to me.
And if anybody's in my comment section and you're a fan of Onision, I don't understand you. I really don't. I don't get why. This guy is just a fucking sick bastard.
He's saying that she's waiting for a passport, that she lost her passport.
Why don't you talk about the time that you shaved your head during sex like a fucking asshole? What about the time that you filmed her while having a seizure and then put it up on YouTube then trying to tell everybody it was fake? Why don't you talk about that? Oh wait, you won't. Maybe you will. I don't know.
Passport.
Actually, I might have to do this video into two separate ones because this one, I'm gonna be busy the rest of the day. So.
When really, I don't know if she ever planned on coming back. So I find out through Facebook that she is writing back and forth to this guy publicly, I guess. Like, he posted something and she commented on it, as I recall. And he was talking about making love to her, and she was talking about, love you and stuff like that. And I'm sitting here and I'm like, this is the most ironic thing in the world, because I just made a music video called I Had SDX with Your Girlfriend. I made that video, like, I had with your girlfriend. It was good with your girlfriend. And I was thinking when I made that music video, wow, wouldn't it be ironic if she was cheating on me right now? And she
whatever
reacted to the video, she liked the video and everything, but I think that she was actually probably amused by the fact that I had made a video like that when she was actually doing that. Turned out she was actually going to the Money Mart, or whatever is in Canada, picking up the money that I was sending her with her boyfriend. She's not with him anymore. But just a rumor I heard. I don't know where this came from.
You believe every little rumor, everything anybody tells you, because and then when you find out, oh, I didn't know that.
But I was told that this baby that she had didn't go on living. I don't know what happened there. I'm not saying anything happened there. I have no gain to say anything happened there. I don't know what happened there. But as I understand, she doesn't have a child now. So she gets pregnant with this guy's baby, and then the baby ceases to exist. Someone told
rapidly? Idiots.
Told me that she had a baby, like it was a stillborn or SIDS or something like that, which is a horrible tragedy. No one should be like doing video titles or anything like that, making money off that is a terrible, terrible thing, and there's not much to say about it. If she did go through that, I'm very sorry that that happened to her.
No, you're not.
Anyway, so as far as I know, like, that's pretty much everything I would want to say about Shiloh, other than that time that she walked down the road, laid on the cement, and the fire department brought her to her house, and it just looked weird. There was the seizure stuff. The fire department was very, very weirded out by her pretending to be whatever on the side of the road.
So she could have had a seizure on the side of the road, and you're acting like you don't even care.
And she for some reason did that a lot. She like faked seizures. She faked
Whatever. Faked it. Fuck you.
memory loss. Her uncle laughed at that. He's like, "You actually thought that was real?" She faked going back in time, reverting in her age. She faked a lot of things, and people wonder. Like, I made a video.
Yeah, probably have no citation for this, by the way. You brought up her uncle because you believe that if it's somebody else, that they'll probably believe it. So you're lying, dude. Big time.
Where she's, having a seizure or whatever, and it was her idea to post that video because I said I could either work on a video myself tonight that's separate, or we could upload this as education on mental disorders or whatever you
You don't know shit about mental disorders. Fuck you.
have. And she's like, okay, just upload that. So I uploaded it per her permission, and her uncle later on said it was BS, and I didn't see it. It was right in front of me. I didn't see it. But I also didn't take it seriously because she had other episodes that people didn't know about. So when you go through someone faking episode after episode, you don't take it as seriously, and you instead realize it's not a medical emergency. There was this one
Oh, fuck off.
time, as an example, and I'll close with this. She actually just popped up when I said I was going to call an ambulance. I was like, Shiloh, if you don't snap out of this, I got to call an ambulance. Shiloh. All right, I'm calling an ambulance. I start to dial the ambulance, and she just pops up, magically snaps out of it.
Whatever.
That was what I dealt with. And, I was on the phone with my aunt and my mom when she threatened to end her own life and make it look like I did it. I was on the phone, and I said, okay, I got to call the police. And I did. I called the police. And then I filmed myself,
I gotta film myself doing everything. I'm sorry if I have to do that, but it makes me hate the guy, I swear to God.
There's this video of me filming her having this rage fest at me, just going totally loco, and then the police showing up, and then them taking her away. It was a very scary thing to be a part of. There was another incident where she actually walked up to me, wrapped her arms around me, and said that I should attack her. She said, I wish you would. I wish you would fight me. And I just started nervously giggling because I didn't know what else to do. I know that you can't hit people. And so I just had a meltdown there. I just started giggling nervously and I didn't know what to do.
I wish somebody would hit you.
And these stories extend. I'll continue this in the next video.
And of course, you published it with your onisionfans.com crap. If these were real events, you wouldn't post your fucking onisionfans.com thing on here. Anyway, guys, I hope this is okay. This is like 15 minutes long. I'm gonna have to do this in 2 different videos today. So, as again, this is some bullshit. A lot of this is like radiating bullshit from him because he lies so much. You can see it in his face, like he's scratching his throat. He's looking up and trying to think of things. He can't recall certain moments, so he'll make stuff up. It's absolutely crazy. Anyway, guys, I'll catch you guys in the next video. Later, man.